Mm. Yeah.
Distance yourself from the whole thing.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1. And we back because we black and we back. Oh yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the First Heartbeat with CJ Kyles. I am your gracious host, Mr. CJ Kyles, coming to you live from the beautiful state of Michigan. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just say I'm happy to be here today because yesterday it was not looking good for a player. It was not looking good. What's cracking, Teddy? Your man's got that second dose of that soldier serum, and it took a player out for a good 24 hours, bro. Not gonna lie to y'all, it took me out. But we here, and I'm feeling 110% better. And we finna do what we do best. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all see the title. And if you don't, I wanted to title this show I wanted to talk about what black men can learn from Bill Cosby. What black men can learn from Bill Cosby. Now, as you know, and unless you've been living under a rock, Bill Cosby is free, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Cosby is out, and no, he's not out on bond. None of that. He's out. He's definitely out. And as he was released because he was supposed to be granted immunity for his testimony in exchange for his testimony, and he went to jail anyway, in a nutshell. And it was a technicality. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know all the legal jargon, but it was a technicality. And if I'm wrong, correct me, please. And he's free now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you don't know, Bill Cosby has been accused of several crimes against women, none of which that I condone. But I guess I can give you my personal thoughts on the case and versus what actually went down. I'm going to start off by saying, do I think Bill Cosby Do I think I'm trying not to say the R word. Do I think he drugged or RAPED anybody? No. Just come straight out with that. No, I do not. I don't think so. Do I think he had sex with these women? Yes. Do I think that do I think that they took drugs together? Because that's what some people do. They get drunk and they take drugs high and then they have sex. Yes. Do I think that he made promises that he did not keep to these women? Yes. But do I think he made anybody do anything against their will? No. No, I do not. But that leads me to talk about today's topic and what successful black men can learn from Bill Cosby's mistakes. More specifically, practicing the art of dick discipline. Now, what is dick discipline? What is dick discipline? Some of you may be wondering. Dick discipline is being able to not screw everything moving just because you can. Because let's sit back and put things into perspective for a minute. Bill Cosby was America's dad at one point in time. He was married. Bill Cosby had the squeaky clean image. So when you have a person like that, an individual like that, and such allegations come out against him as they did, it messes up the whole brand. The whole brand. You have Bill Cosby getting accused by a whole bunch of women. First of all, let me just say how ridiculous, right? First of all, if Bill Cosby went around just raping and drugging random white women from the 60s to 2005, he would not be living. Let's just get that out the way now. Now, as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, do I believe he did things? Do I believe he had sex with these women? Yes. Do I believe they all took drugs together and had high drunk sex? Yes. Do I believe he made promises to these women he didn't keep? Yes. Do I believe some of these women are scorned? Yes. Do I think he did anything against their will? Absolutely not. I don't think so. But I just find it funny though. But black men, I need y'all to listen up, because like I said, dick discipline is something that's very important. Bill Cosby was America's dad. He's married. He has a brand. And we heard about the stories at the Playboy Mansion, and Cosby used to be there all the time and everything like that. Now, if you have chosen to be the squeaky clean comic and you checking other comics on speaking, on how they're speaking, and you are allegedly doing this stuff that you're doing, and I'm not talking about the crimes, but I'm talking about simply the actions of you being this playboy. You out here being a player, you screwing different women. All right, that's fine and all, but you still have an image. And you not having enough discipline to keep it in your pants when necessary, you could have really tarnished the brand. Like, for real. I mean, the brand is, I wouldn't say, well, it has like an asterisk over it now. It's not, I mean, because people still rock with the Cosby Show. A lot of people was looking at this case kind of funny style, because a lot of it didn't make sense. A lot of these women were made out to be liars, and they were actually proven to be liars. Beverly Johnson, Candace Dickerson, just to name a few. Now, black men, the more successful you get, the more successful you become, you will have women by default who throw themselves at you. That's just That just comes with the territory of becoming successful, becoming a higher value man, whatever you want to call it. Um, and when you get somebody with the popularity that Bill Cosby had, when he was at the height of his popularity in the 70s and 80s, I'm sure he had plenty of women behind him willing to do any and everything that he asked. Now, just because you can do it doesn't always mean you should do it. Black men, especially young black men, young successful black men, you cannot screw every woman out here that moves. You just can't. It can be detrimental for your brand. It can be detrimental to your life. And you can look at Bill Cosby as an example. Now, I don't know what kind of situation that Bill and Camille had. I don't know. They could have been swingers. They could have been anything. I don't know their personal business. But apparently Bill was out here slanging. He was out here slanging, y'all. And it could have it really could have messed up the brand for good. I mean, it put like a dark cloud over Bill Cosby. Now, when you talk about Bill Cosby years from now, it's always going to come up. These allegations are always going to come up. These women are always going to come up, and you're always going to be able to look back and see all the videos of the trial and the case and everything like that. It's just not a good look. It's not a good look. Now, fortunately, Mr. Cosby is out. But black men, y'all, like, the more successful you become, you're going to have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and you have to be careful. You have to be careful. This is not the way it was back in the 90s and the 80s. Sometimes you just have too much to lose. It's not even worth the risk at times, you know? Now, if you are going to do what you do, I'm a big advocate of being honest with the participants. But you still have to be careful because you never know an individual's true intentions, right? You never know. You never know what having dealings with a certain person, what that can potentially do to your brand. So that's why I say it's so important to practice discipline when it comes to these women. I mean, that's gonna happen. And you just have to be disciplined. Sometimes it's not worth it to go through the things that Bill Cosby went through or something similar. You don't want to play with people. You don't want to make promises that you can't keep, because that breeds bitterness in people. It tends to anyway, especially when you're dealing with the opposite sex. Black men, y'all have to protect yourself, because the more success that you make, the more opportunities that you have to get caught up in situations like Bill Cosby. And we just don't want or need that. We don't want or need that at all. So that's pretty much it, boys and girls. I didn't want to be on here too long, but I just wanted to give y'all my thoughts. And, you know, black men, we don't need to go down that same path, you know. We don't need to go down that same path, because if anything, this is a learning experience. It's a learning experience. A swig of water for the working man and woman. How do you... I tell you what, though, with success comes an ego boost. I'm not going to lie, because even in the times that Bill Cosby was living in the 60s, the 70s, you know, at the height of his popularity. And woman after woman after woman, not saying that he did any of the crimes that he's been accused of, but I would think that maybe he thought he was somewhat untouchable, right? You had to. Like, I'm Bill Cosby. Everybody loves me. I'm America's dad. I cannot be touched. And they touched him. Even if it wasn't true. They own the media. They write the story. So at the end of the day, 100 years from now, when we're all gone, they can change the narrative. I mean, granted, it depends on how history is lined up. They can change the narrative and they can say, well, he did this and he did that. And ladies and gentlemen, that is why it is so important to practice discipline. It takes you years to gain that success. Black men, it takes you years to become what you're going to become, and you can lose it just like that, just because of a pretty face and a fat ass. And I think that is the valuable lesson that we can learn from this. That is the valuable lesson we can learn. Some of us were not used to getting, and I'm not saying myself, but some of us were not used to getting it as a young man. And then when they do become successful, they go, wow, no, sir, you can't do that. It's not right. You have to exercise discipline among these options out here once you acquire them. And again, even to the single people, to the single dudes, just because you single don't mean you need to run through every woman that you meet. These chicks need to be vetted. And even though that you vet them, that don't mean it's always gonna work. Sometimes it's a shot in the dark. You just never know. You dig? I just think Bill Cosby was married, bruh, and was out here reckless. Now, who's to say? Because in my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but in my personal, I think him and Camille, I think they were swingers. It's just me. I think they were swingers. I don't have any proof. That's just my personal opinion. I think they both was out here. I don't think that's why Camille tripped on these allegations, and she probably wasn't going nowhere because she wasn't finna lose no fortune over some mad women. But did y'all notice in the case, right, that all of these allegations came from the same law firm? And the homie Tariq Nasheed had pointed that out, and I thought that was interesting when I heard it. All of these cases and all of these accusations from these women, they all were represented by the same law firm. That was the common denominator in the whole thing. And I know people be like, well, it's a conspiracy. And it could have been. They say Bill Cosby is sitting on something, sitting on some oil, sitting on some real paper. And they was trying to get that up out of him. I don't know how true that is, but it would not shock me if that was the case. If it was the case, because they probably figured that, yeah, Bill got an appetite for the hoes. Bill love the hoes. So we're going to give him the hoes. And too much of anything is not good for you. Too much of anything is not good for you. Some people say you can never have too many hoes. I don't know about that one. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been today's episode of The First Heartbeat. I just wanted to come and do a real quick video to get back in the motion of things, because Your man's was down bad for a day. I was down bad. That second shot, boy, I heard it was a doozy, but I found out real quick how much of a doozy that it was. Teddy said they wanted the Jello pudding pop. Yeah, man. Yeah, sure. That's what it seems like. I appreciate it, man. I'm back. I just had to do a little quick something to get back in the swing because I was out of it, man. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna keep planning my day and head to the gym and get back at it, man. So I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Peace. Jules said, my second shot next week. Hey, Jules, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Because that one, boy, don't schedule work the next day. Make sure you have the day off. Now, I was already off at my regular job, but I had picked up at like my per diem job. I just picked up a shift and I was like, oh no, not today. Not today. Will not be going down like that today. So, but yeah. So yeah, just be careful. Stay hydrated. I got the Moderna, so I got the Moderna. But I'm back and I'm good now. My arm, oh man, my arm was my arm was on fire, bruh. My arm was on fire. He said take Tylenol today. Take Tylenol the night before and the day I did too. Yeah, make sure you take that day off because you're not gonna feel like, I mean, I don't know. I can't say because everybody react differently, but just make sure you take that time because I'm telling you, player, it almost took me out. But I do want to, matter of fact, I got some time. Let me get into this. I do want to get into a clip. Now, I talked about what black men can learn from Bill Cosby. I also want to break this clip down. Now, this is fair use, ladies and gentlemen. And this clip comes from Mark Lamont Hill, which I'm not a fan of, but it is what it is. No, Jewel, don't go ahead and do what you gotta do. I'm back now. It only took me out for a day, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna just keep it real. I ain't gonna lie to you. My body was. It felt like when I first got the mess. So like it was crazy. Hold on, y'all. Oh no. Spot. You said what? Yeah, I'm on live right now. Yeah, you want to call in or something?
He was just afraid they'd abandon you.
Alright, I'm about to get back to it.
You distanced yourself from the whole thing.
Alright, I'll send you the link if you want to chime in. Alright. That was ghetto, y'all. Okay. Appreciate the honesty. Now I know what to do. I'm also a CNA, so I'll definitely let them know. Yes. You're going to have to let them know because whew. Okay, hold on. Before we get into that. And if y'all want to chime in, I'm sorry, I put a link. I swear to God. Well, I don't mean to swear to God, but I swear I did not mean to. I wasn't planning on being on here too long, but my boy just hit me up and said he wanted to chime in. So I said, all right, cool. All right. C. A. Lay Trey, aka Mr. Research, said, yes, it's ridiculous. Can't go around raping. Name the detective that took any of the other reports. Nobody can name any other detective because they refused to file. Okay. Let me send this to Star. I'm gonna send him. But I do want to get into this clip in a second. And if anybody want to chime in, I'll put the link in the comments. Afternoon shows, I really don't do them too often, but I was off today and I said, why not? I said, why not? I said, why not? All right, but let's get into this clip though. Mark Lamont Hill got destroyed, boys and girls. And let me get this clip the full respect that it deserves. So let me cut off this music.
Welcome back to Black News Tonight. We are here talking once again about the case of Bill Cosby. As you know, he was released
Fair use.
to most people's surprise yesterday, walking out of a Pennsylvania state prison because of a very interesting development in his case. And yesterday, many celebrities chimed in on social media. One of TV's most well-known judges, Judge Joe Brown, was one of those people who called out the way that mainstream media had been covering the story. Hours ago, he tweeted, and to be clear, much of this was in response to something I wrote, but he said, anyone who was knowledgeable of American law would have expected and predicted the outcome of the Cosby appeal. Mainstream media in Hollywood incite public disorder by lying to the people about the law and encouraging mob rule.
Okay, so
to Bill Cosby.
All right, so Mr. Research asked me, what is my stance? Have I read the deposition? No, I have not read the deposition. I haven't read it completely, but from what I got out of it, Bill, to me, he didn't really admit. They asked him, did you guys take drugs? Did you guys do Quaaludes? And he said, well, yeah, we did Quaaludes. I got it for them because that's what we did. That's what that was the time of free love. So, like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, do I feel like that Bill Cosby did anything or made those women do anything against their will? No. Do I think that he had freaky high drunk sex with them? Yes. Do I feel like he made promises he couldn't keep? Yes. Or didn't keep? Yes. Do I think he lied to these chicks? Yes. But do I think he did it against their will? Nah, bro. I'm not going to say that. I can't do it because, like I said, if this man was going around doing that to all these white women in the 60s, he'd be hung by his nuts. I mean, I'm just saying, like Emmett Till was killed for whistling at a white chick. So I can't really see that. I'm about to bring Starly in. Starly, what's good?
Right.
What's good? You live?
I'm coming in like this with the square dangling off my lip. Like, cause it's like, come on, man. Doggy Bone sitting there with Claire Huxtable, a young Jennifer Lewis, a bunch of young up and coming actors, and he fucking with the androgynous women looking. They're women though. But they look androgynous. But he, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on. Like, but a lot of old school comedians was like, you know, that's what he, you know, he wasn't drugging them. You know, that's what they was doing.
Right. That's what niggas do now. Like, you know, pop them out, all that. I mean, that's what niggas do now. It ain't like that's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, bro.
I'm just saying though. Like niggas gonna pay for it one way or another, but I'm just saying, like, you think he was going for them though?
Man,
When he was one of the hottest comedians that was clean.
dude, and it's crazy because it's hard for me to sit there and be like, well, guilty. Now, again, I do believe in being disciplined in some of the things that you do.
You know,
Like
when
I
I
said,
was listening, I'm listening to them old comedians, like even DL Hughley, like a couple people was talking about. They was like, he wasn't drugging bitches, but he was a freak. So it's like, nigga, if this what you want to do, he might not. He's like, he didn't even partake in none of the shit he was giving out.
mm.
I've been that guy. To like, I don't do this, but y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So why not? You know, just gonna get it popping.
Hey, Mr. Research, I see you down there. I'm gonna bring you in the stream in a minute, sir.
I'm just like, shit.
Yeah.
A motherfucker can't make them know. If it had been a bunch of bad bitches that was old now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have believed that shit. Like, but everybody that came forth and was like,
yeah.
They got the stale face, bro. I was like, no way. That's Fat Albert, homie.
I just think that when you had the platform that Bill was having, and you know, it wasn't no social media around back then. It really wasn't no side chicks trying to blow up the spot back then. So Bill probably thought that, well, what they gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my thought is, if he was really going around drugging and raping white women in the 60s, he'd be dead. Bill Cosby or not.
I don't think he'd be dead, but I think it'd be them bitches that had rhythm at least. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd have been the ones that wasn't built like an ironing board. Like, them mugs looking crazy, dog. They look like men. Damn near every single one looked like a man.
Yeah.
That wanted to be a girl.
I feel like they would have had the clan. I feel like they would have had something to get in. Maurice, I put the link in the description. They
was already owning.
Right.
Because he was one of the cleanest comedians. Getting big money. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So they was already on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to a couple of his old interviews, he was talking about how they was in front of his house with the cross burnt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he went through the shit.
Right.
So it's like, you think if they found out he was drugging and raping white women,
man, come on, bro.
They'd have drugged that nigga down the whole Philadelphia. They'd have drugged him all through Philadelphia.
And made an example out of him. There's no way he could get away with that for 50 plus years, bro.
Not at all.
No way. Hey, but Star, I appreciate you calling in. I'm about to get to the next caller, bro.
All right, for sure.
All right, bro. Mr. Research, what's going on?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
Life is great, man. Life is great.
First, I appreciate you tuning in, man. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, bro. Well, you know, I love where brothers is getting logical. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we got so much of the, complainosphere out there. You know, I love when brothers is tapping into logic. So let me dig into it real quick. Let me prove your theory. You know, because like I always try to tell us as Black men, we need to stop having opinions. When you look at it in a dictionary, that's too feminine. Let's get that theory. So I'm gonna prove your theory to your listeners. Okay. You had a singer get killed for alleged rape. Black male singer. See, this is what's unfortunate about us as Black men. We tend to agree with the status quo without getting into these books and looking to see, under the same situation as CJ has explained, who else may have gotten that done to prove CJ point. And the name is Sam Cooke.
Wow.
Sam Cooke.
Right.
Allegedly.
Right.
During the same time period that Bill was operating. Allegedly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Raped somebody. And it was a black woman that set him up for the alleged rape. You know, so this is why we got to get into the research. We got to. I want black men to stop having opinions. You're supposed to be like the Greeks, the Romans, have theories. You're African. You're here before everybody else. Let's have theories. So mathematical dates, timelines, people's names. So in response to like many of the women, I always ask women, name me the detective, because I only know of 3. Name me the detective who investigated one of the ladies' stories. Because the last time you had 2 black women, a black judge and a black female detective in Hollywood, investigate the white girl story about the Playboy Mansion, and they said there's nothing there. And the white girl went and made a mixtape. So you see, we as black men many a times are our own enemies when it comes to being logical and getting on the microphone and you know what I'm saying? So respectfully, you know, to everybody, we got to start researching more. I've heard too many black men. I know Bill did something. Okay, for you people who saying you know Bill did something, let me throw some more theory at you. Some history you can absorb. Sorry, CJ. I just got to get this out.
No, go ahead, bro. The floor is yours.
Marijuana was illegal. We all know that, right? Right, CJ?
Right.
Did you know in 1910 it was legal?
No, I didn't. I did not know that.
So in 1910, marijuana was legal. That's when they used to call it wacky, whatever. Okay. There was no fine. There was no fine for having marijuana back in that time. 1910, 1920.
Okay.
That didn't come until the 50s and 60s when they could profit from it. Okay.
Right.
So with that said, now you know that marijuana used to be legal. We made it illegal, and now in some states we made it legal again. So for all you fans of CJ, let's prove CJ's theory real quick on a different level. Let's say CJ was kicking it with a chick 2 years ago, and they 420 friendly. 420 is the culture. It's all about 420. CJ up there blowing backs out, getting domed, the whole 9. Now let's flash forward to 2032. Now it's illegal again. All the weed houses are gone. Ain't nobody got no TLC, all that CBD, all that's illegal now. It's 2032. But one of those chicks just saw CJ drive by with his happy family in a nice car, minivan. Ain't nothing minivan. And she's at home, lonely, not feeling good. She goes and makes an allegation. Another chick said, "To hell with that CJ. When I was giving him dome, he did this to me. You know what? I'm gonna make the allegation too." Now that's only 2 people, right? Let's put on another one. Let's say CJ is famous. Now that 2 people is times 20. Because CJ, he been around. He been doing this thing for a minute.
Yep.
Now, CJ got to fight all these cases. Now, I want everybody to look up the movie, The Life of David Gale. It's a white people movie, but it's called The Life of David Gale.
I'm looking it up now.
And if you guys ever watch that movie all the way through, what you will find through circumstance of appearance, keyword appearance, everybody wanted to have this guy killed in the electric chair because of what they perceived happened. But by the end of the movie, and I'm not going to give it away, but you will find that the person he alleged to kill had a disease she couldn't live with and offed herself. But she videotaped it. But nobody could find the video because, you know, police are bumbling. They want quick evidence. They don't want to investigate. So with that said, let's go back to CJ. CJ is now famous with 20 people on his name. That don't mean that CJ did anything. But look at these black men in these panels sometimes. I know CJ did something.
Mm-hmm.
I know CJ did something. Well, if that's the case, brother, everybody who was 40-20 did something.
Right.
If that's the case, everybody who called themselves a pimp and a player did something.
Mm-hmm.
Black men got a habit, CJ, and I'm about to give you the mic. They got a habit of not reading, investigating. And to your point, CJ, Bill talked about in 1960 they had Quaaludes. Why are people always trying to make that the 2005 answer for what was going on back then? And that's why I added the weed thing in, because the timelines don't make sense. Back to you, CJ.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming through. Let me ask you a question since you are here.
Yes, I am black.
No, well, yeah, I got that. But I did want to ask you a question. So, what do you think is the most valuable lesson that successful black men can take from this Bill Cosby situation? And I'm gonna bring back Starlee Sheen back in. But what do you, in your opinion, what do you think?
The most important thing is to make sure we read thoroughly things that we're being told. I don't care whether it's NAFTA bill, Clinton bill. I don't care whether it's your mom. I don't care what it is. You really got to read thoroughly everything that you're being told. Even what I'm telling you right now. Make sure you read it. Page 126 on the court case. Make sure y'all read that. Page 10 through 14 on the Bill Cosby depot. Make sure you read that yourself. Don't allow people to tell you things, because many times it's a woman's opinion of what happened. Now back to Star, man.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, bro. Star, what you got to add to that, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, yeah. He spoke on some real shit. And once he mentioned Sam Cooke, I wanted to jump right back in and let us get right back in that. Cause like
I see you, Reese. I'm about to bring you in a second. I see you, Reese.
Like I was hip to Sam Cooke and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then I did a little bit of research. That motherfucker was that guy.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like he was that guy to the point of that time frame where he was in. He was that guy where nigga, he had a hit on him.
Yeah.
Period. Cause the little chick that he met had ties to the little goofy ass mafia that was on, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if motherfuckers really hip to that shit, like she had ties to that as the cleaning lady. You know, she was a nigga though, but she was, you know, housework.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But on that real shit though, like with that Bill Cosby shit, like I told my food, like that shit right there just should let you know. You getting this money, you doing this thing, like you're famous now. You're famous. Mm-hmm. I don't know why you just kept saying you though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this man got a girl somewhere, man. She looking like damn. Hey, like, you know, this is just, you know, right. But anyway, though, but I get it.
Just an example.
Right. This is an example, right? But on that tip though, like that's real talk. Like you're famous now. Like it's not saying you're making a mistake to have fun. No. Your mistake is, nigga, your surroundings. Like who are you around? Because most of these motherfuckers around you don't even, definitely, if they not the niggas you came up with or the motherfuckers you love who was when you have nothing, you know what I'm saying? They only want to see your downfall because they love it when you can't make, you know what I'm saying? They love it when you're, I don't know how to get it, like, not that you're doing better, but they hate to see you doing better than them.
Yep.
And that's our downfall. And that sucks like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it ain't saying you hate.
They don't want to uplift. And that's terrible.
And it don't take nothing. That's a high five. Like motherfuckers don't even understand an uplift is a high five.
Yeah. And it's doing your thing. Reese, what's good, bro?
Oh man, ain't nothing much, man. I'm definitely Star. What's up, boy? Hey, look,
What's up,
for
my
the
baby?
record, it's a small world. You speak on leadership, like C90. I'm gonna call him C90. I know y'all call him CJ, but back in the day, he was so inspiring to me. So to
That's
see
what
you
he
doing
was,
this now, bro,
C90.
yeah, to see you doing this now is real. And leadership, we definitely right now, we have to create leadership because the perspectives was tarnished, right? And money sometimes change people's perspectives on how they should live, but you never exploit things that you never want to come back to you. So your core of people have to be solid. So I think everybody does exactly what Bill Cosby did, but his core people wasn't solid. You know what I'm saying? Because
Man, he got
so
motherfuckers
Elvis,
blow.
Elvis married a young woman. Now that that ain't good.
That's a whole fact. Now, and don't
Just
nobody
tell you
want to
straight.
cancel Elvis at all.
Right.
Nigga, he married his third cousin that was 13.
Exactly, bro. Like we definitely gotta create a better
That
system
was
amongst black
that's
people.
a felony and a half plus
And
that's a
check this out. Y'all know the dad from Seventh Heaven?
Yeah.
yeah.
He admitted to messing with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy,
I'm
bro.
talking about straight up admitted to messing with kids. And
That's
so
crazy.
it's crazy, man. I think us as black men, we just have to be careful
Exactly.
because
And it sucks so bad that we gotta be tippy-toeing around shit because we doing this, like
Right,
that shit sucks. We gotta tippy-toe around shit when these motherfuckers been doing it straight up in our face.
yeah.
right,
And it's just like with this platform, the bigger this platform get, you know what I'm saying? The bigger the people around me get. It's just like you got to be extra careful now because now all eyes is on you.
Right.
People gonna be like the more like for example, like the past 6 months, I gained over 500 subscribers, and just the more subscribers you start to get, especially the more visible you become. Now you got to be aware of what you do. I have to watch, especially with the profession I'm in. I have to really be careful with some of the things that I say and do because it's my brand. It's on the line. You know what I'm saying? I can't be around certain places that I used to could be at versus, when I was C90. You know what I'm saying? This CJ Kyle's brand is turning into something different. You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah, I dig it a whole lot. Like I told motherfuckers, when I start telling the motherfuckers a lot of shit, like just start posting stuff. Boom. They're like, damn, why G Star ain't posting no more? He in Facebook jail.
right.
Yeah.
I made a whole new page because nigga, they done gave me. I said, I ain't never heard a nigga get 90 days in Facebook jail. I said, am I the first motherfucker to get 90 days in Facebook jail?
Hey,
right.
Controversy sells, man. I don't know why we pry on controversy as a language. We like to throw out drama a lot just so we can get attention. But
like me personally, I like to say the shit that I say. And this is shit I be trying to tell people. Like, if you know me personally,
right,
you not one of them motherfuckers that's like, oh man, you just how you is on Facebook.
Yeah.
No, nigga, I am just how I am in real life.
Yeah, I drop jewels too, man. Like knowledge is everything. I read books,
Like I tell motherfuckers, man, that shit is not that shit, nigga. I never took reading as a punishment.
All right, so I got a question for y'all, Reese. I'm gonna start with you. What do you feel like black men can learn from Bill Cosby? I want your take on that. And then I'm gonna come to you start, and I'm gonna bring you back in, Mr. Research.
I think the creators of Bill Cosby. I don't know if this is the real person. Like, hopefully, like what they put on TV. Which one is the real person? Who we seen on TV? Because those were scripts that was wrote. So I think the perspective that he reached out for was a good positive thing. But I don't know the person, so it's kind of hard to say what we learned from him. But the person they created around him and turned him into, if he wasn't that person, I love that person. That old father figure. I'm definitely all about that. I just don't know the personal things. Like Allen Iverson was a great player, but his personal life was weird. So you can't. It's hard for me to judge a man I never sat with, if that makes sense.
Right, I dig that.
But I do like the person they tried to portray, the father figure.
Star, what can black men learn from this situation?
From Bill Cosby, black men should learn that nigga, you got money, keep the goofies from around you because obviously they on your head. They didn't want you to succeed in the first place. Because Bill Cosby was one of the most positive motherfuckers. Nigga, Red Fox, all them was. They used to talk shit about that nigga because he didn't. All he did was get on stage and say clean comedy and smoke a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
But the comedians knew him. He was a freak.
Mm-hmm.
But nigga, that's just like a nigga like me. Nigga, you want to chill with a bitch? Boom, she want to smoke. She want to drink. Here you go. Whether I do it or not, this is what y'all want to do to have fun tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't no drugging. That's not drugging.
Right.
To me.
No,
this is what you want to do to have fun. And just like motherfucker, it's just like Dog was talking about the Quaaludes and shit. They don't even make them no more.
Nah.
A motherfucker couldn't get one of them.
Mm-mm.
And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be goofy on that shit, though. I'd be like, nigga, he had fun. And then all he wanted to partake was getting some ass.
And the crazy part is, you know, where I first found out about Quaaludes was from Wolf of Wall Street. That's when I first found out about Quaaludes, from Wolf of Wall Street. And I'm like, well, damn, because they had, I mean, I know it was the movie, but they had Leonardo DiCaprio tripping, bruh. And if it was anything like it was in the movie, they was wild in the 60s.
Like, nigga, I'm only 37. I'll be 37 in August. But I'm like, nigga, I know about them bitches. They used to take them to come down from coke.
Okay, yeah.
The same way motherfuckers do now. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, though, motherfuckers just hitting a straight raw pack. Boom. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, now you hooked the heroin because you done came down from coke. But I'm saying that's what motherfuckers used to take back in the day when when they was all doing coke all night at the disco clowning. They'd take a couple Quaaludes, drink some liquor, and they was. This just my research, and you know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. Yeah. And I'm like, that makes sense, because that's what motherfuckers do now, still to this day.
That's a fact.
So it's like, nigga, I'm not giving you no Quaalude to you coming down from cocaine. That Quaalude is only going to even you out.
So, man, and I think that was a great point with that Sam Cooke thing, man. And I just think that a lot of us want to be so famous and everything like that. We got to be careful, really, what the hell we asking for, dog.
Man, look, bro, I watched that one night in Miami. That made me really look up Sam Cooke. The way Malcolm X and him got into it, that made me look him up and researching him. That motherfucker was on point.
Yeah.
And the way he cut into Malcolm X, like, look here, nigga, I ain't do this for that. I did this for this. So every time this get played, they get paid. You know what I'm saying? And then I looked up, that motherfucker was doing that shit since he broke out from gospel in Chicago.
And I think what we all got to recognize game on, and you know, I'm from the block, but I'm a corporate dude now. Mm-hmm. So I tell people all the time, once I start elevating levels of power, that's when it got worse, because the air got thinner and there was less brothers. You feel me?
Yes.
And what they started doing was, and this kind of answered what Star say on the Sam Cooke. I noticed brothers and Africans pretending to be brothers would start getting weaponized. You feel me? As I start elevating. And I'm like, okay, I'm not a regular warehouse janitor type security guard dude no more, but y'all talking to me like one. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. I got 5 certifications. Oh, okay. Okay, CA. But you shouldn't even have this conversation with me, because it puts me in a position where I gotta say something to you. You feel me? If I had more brothers in these positions of power, there would be more unilateral fear intellectually. Because see, one thing I recognize game on, and let's go back to what Star said about Cooke. A little bit more about Cooke is that he had power over his catalog. Nobody had power over his catalog, because what he did out the gate is what the average rappers don't do. He said, check this out. Go ahead and keep. No, he didn't. Go ahead and keep all that top end money. I need this. I need these tapes, these masters, these catalogs. That top end money, you just won't get the concert money. All
Now
that
let me
top
ask you
end
a
money.
question because I remember watching a documentary about Sam Cooke on Netflix. Now I just don't remember, was the head of his record label, they were the mob, right? If I'm not mistaken. Correct me
Well,
if
you
I'm
know what?
ties.
You know what? Let's
One
say
of
they
them,
are the mob. Let's say they are the mob. You know,
right?
we really can't say here. We really can't say here or there. The strength of his conversation was, you CJ take 75%, I'll take 25, and I'm keeping this concert money.
Mhm.
All of it.
So if you taking 75, you ain't got to nitpick me about no dollar.
Right.
Give me my 25%. I'm gonna hold these masters.
Yeah,
Because
he's mine.
see, look, right, that's his. Everybody learned, you know what, at the end of the day, even James Brown, everybody learned from Howlin' Wolf. Howlin' Wolf
Yep.
from the Cadillac Record movie, everybody learned from Howlin' Wolf. When you go look at Howlin' Wolf was the most powerful dude in music, black, because he did that 75-25 split. He said, hey, take this 75. I ain't borrowing nothing against it. I'll struggle. I do whatever I have to do on my end. And in
Give me
the end,
mine.
right. And in the end, he had to help them with money. You see what I'm saying? Because he kept his catalog. So that was the strongest thing about Cook, is that he had his catalog. Now, what I find disparaging, and this is my final point, and I'm gonna let everybody else speak. I find disparaging, Maurice, something with what you said. Yeah, we want to be on the family tip, but black men don't bankroll black male image. Black men don't bankroll black male image.
Yeah.
White folks bankroll black male image, and that got to be changed. Mike is y'all.
Hey, and you know what? Off to what you said real quick, and then I'm gonna let Reese get in. I think Mr. Research made a good point, because we need more black male. We need more black male media. Point blank. Period. For black men, by black men.
Simple.
And I don't know if y'all saw the BET Awards. Did y'all catch the BET Awards?
Soon as you told me, soon as I sent your post, I said nope. and then my auntie hit me up and was like, please don't let them babies watch that. I said, nigga, that has never been a phone call I have ever got.
Wow.
Please don't let the kids watch this, because it's like, damn, like y'all, they are like strongly promoting emasculating men. Like, that shit is whack.
But
It's not even emasculating men, it's just emasculating black men. Like, these niggas is out here fruity, like these niggas gay. Cause I'm like, nigga, I have gay people in my family. These niggas is these gay men.
It's our
They
women,
man.
Star. It's our
Hold
women.
on. We're gonna let Star finish his statement, and I'm gonna get to Maurice, and I'm gonna go to Mr. Research.
Yeah, like my auntie, like I was just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they emasculating black men. Like nigga, I know gay people. I have gay people in my family, bro. They're mad. Like they say shit. Quit promoting homosexuality on our kids. Mm-hmm. That shit ain't cool, bro. It's not. Either you that or you not.
Here's my
Don't
issue.
try to make them think that's some shit that you should think is cool.
My
you
issue
got these
is
niggas licking like, dog. I took a glance. I said, ain't no motherfucking way in hell. My boys is 14, my daughter be 18. Ain't no motherfucking way in hell.
Hey, CJ Star, before I leave, bro, I'm gonna plug this, man. You know, I do a lot of knowledge, so for all men, it's a real good book. You know, I keep my head in it, and I want to add this to the cast, because I think overall we need to do more research, like Mr. Research and Star and CJ. But this is a very good book for any man, anybody that's looking for some type of everyday guidance. I mean, it has everything in there from day to day planning, from day to day, how you look at things, how you think about things. But you know, this is my go-to for anybody that needs some type of, you know, that friend, that somebody. So this is my friend, you know, a book. So I just want to definitely add that to this, because like you say, we definitely need to lead by example. You know, stop worrying about the past as much, but start creating a future.
But don't forget, this is what I tell motherfuckers, like, you can't forget about the past.
No, of
No.
The
course.
shit I be trying to tell my kids, like the shit I told my kids I raised my kids on. Like, nigga, this is shit they ain't telling you. Boom. So when they tell you to do essay or something, I want you to do one on this. Because they can't tell you lying.
Right. Hey, but
You either gonna get an A or F.
What I wanted to say is, as far as the emasculization, did y'all? I don't know if y'all noticed. Y'all didn't watch. So the white rapper, the only white rapper that was at the BET Awards was Jack Harlow. And
Thank
Jack
you.
Harlow,
And that's the only thing I watched.
And Jack Harlow was the only one dressed like a man. Now, again, if you gay, that's who you are. That's what you do. I personally don't have no problem with you, but my problem is when the scale becomes unbalanced. That's what. And even I said, man, I must be getting older, because when I seen Megan Thee Stallion performing, and I said, this is too much. I'm talking about you, like,
it's not for the kids.
It's not for the kids.
Like, nigga, we used to sit. I remember sitting with my auntie and them and my grandma and my mama watching the BET Awards, and we sitting, we waited, we wanted to see that.
Right.
My kids couldn't watch that. I don't care. They 14, nigga. They couldn't watch that, bro.
Hey, do y'all remember
Britney
Spears? Y'all remember Britney Spears when she first came out? That was the beginning of all that.
Yeah. And like, she got a song called Hands on My Knees, Shaking Ass on My Thigh shit. And I'm just like, man, I must be getting old, because even
this what we listening to now?
Right.
But we gotta blame dudes once again, because when females was out here trying to make lanes for that, they went to the warrior dude and told the warrior dude, hey, let them get a lane.
We ain't gotta make lanes for none of that shit.
And then when they start getting the lane and it start getting too out of hand, the females backed up and say, why they doing that? So at the end of the day, it was dudes sitting up here strong arming other dudes so that these women could make a lane for that. So let's be clear. One more thing. CJ brought up Jack. Jack, the only one looking like a man. But what do we do in male circles? We join the women in saying anybody with a suit ain't got to do all that. Anybody with a suit is ridiculous. Anybody with a suit and tie is dumb. But then,
nigga, that's how I usually walk out.
But wait a minute. In every other culture, to CJ points, when we see Pitbull give up his hood wear and start wearing Miami suits, he gets respected everywhere. And to CJ point,
Miami suits is different.
Well, no, they suits
got on short pants and
okay. Jack Harlow had on a velvet suit, bro. He was
dressed to impress.
Yeah,
like he was going to an award show.
Yeah,
like he was looking at the
why are we
Emmys.
dressing children?
I think y'all both making the same point, though. Like, y'all making the same.
We are.
Yeah, as far as the way he was very masculine. And how come? And another thing too, even when I watch not just the BET Awards, but other award shows, even with the white gay men in Hollywood, they not out there like that. They not wearing dresses and stuff like that.
That's the shit I said. Nigga, what's my man's name? Got that one song. He cold though. Like, I'm not the only one.
Well, you ain't gonna like this answer, CJ. White people say that we are children and we behave like children, dress like children, dress like 12-year-old boys, talk like 12-year-old boys, and we're never in the room
when that was never the case. Because if you just take a look on just Black history, them niggas was suited and booted.
Yeah. And that's why
right now, how they was suited and booted, we'll look at them niggas like, are you going to court?
Right. And but that's something very crucial you just said, man, because that's a shame that when you see a black man in a suit, it's you think he's going to court or to a funeral.
That's why, bro. That's why when I was telling you when I was coming out, that's how I step out. Whether I'm on my street shit or not, nigga, I got a button up, blase splee on, nigga. What up? With a tie,
right?
Flat.
And I never thought about how important image was until I started to become a man, like older, like I'm 30, but like until I just realized, like, wow, like image really does matter. Cause I always
makes a lot.
always thought you do what you're gonna do for yourself.
Never.
But you are definitely a 100% representation amongst people out there because, like, I
Like
just
planting seeds. You're right.
yeah, exactly. And I just had a real problem with the BET Awards, man. Like, even it wasn't even the whole. I don't know. The whole thing was just bad to me, man.
Man, it
Like,
wasn't even you. It was everybody. But once I sent you post that, I took a glance. I'm talking about a quick, because I'm like, I ain't want to see the shit she was talking about. I'm like, I ain't want to see no licking on no, like, because other motherfuckers was commenting on the shit like they licking. I'm like, what?
yeah,
Let's
You know what I'm
make it
saying?
clear.
And then, like, it wasn't even that though. It was the songs that was played. I'm like, yo, they used to come between us in high school when them songs was played. Like, you can't even get this close, bro.
all right,
Like, you playing this right now. These babies watching this.
yeah,
But it ain't no black males in power in the studio. Ain't no black males in power. Those are all Latin males in power. Latin males own BET. When BET was up for sale, it wasn't no black men with black male money sitting up there to buy it. Just like with World Star. World Star is now owned by
Man, it was a
Latin
few
males.
that could have bought it.
Well, you need to talk to them because
I don't know them
it's
niggas.
just like I got to talk to myself. I got to get up on game and get to that
Right.
point where I can make that happen.
Yes, sir.
Self-included.
If I had a few
One
more
more
dollars.
thing, Star. One more thing. So just like Maurice held up his little baby girl, I tell people all the time, this get the bag mentality, that's for females. That ain't for males. Males got to be in cigar rooms talking about taking over their county. I ain't say take over the block. You got to know who your district representative is. You can't even talk to me unless you got 10 G's worth of disposable money. If Mr.
Right.
Research, man, everybody ain't got it like that. Then you need to go to your boss and say, how can I become supervisor? You need to go to the
Right.
competing company and say, how can I become manager? Fellas, I got 5 certs and I'm a manager, and I did 1 year of college and left out because I recognized that my certifications were more important than me getting this darn degree. So I say all that to say this, which is why Maurice held up his daughter. It doesn't matter if we're individual, going back to what Star say, that he mentioned. We as black males have bit into the individual thinking of women. At the end of the day, it's about groups. It's about groups. Right now, black women are getting kicked out the office. You are hard pressed to find a black female secretary, receptionist, any of that. She's been replaced by the Pakistani. And do you think the Pakistani and the Indian is hiring the most qualified? No.
Nope.
They hiring the worst of their people and giving them on the job training, OJT.
yeah.
I went into a group
Less
of white
and less pay.
and I went into the group of white folks and I told them, hey, look, the only reason all this happened is because you as white people have spent the last 4 decades being anti-black, talking anti-black, and you done went up here and helped immigrants. And even though I don't hate immigrants, they are not truly American. They letting you whites and us blacks fight their wars, fight the wars for America while they sit back and collect property. So you can hate what's happening all you want to. NAFTA was created by a white guy. He the one that got rid of all these union jobs. Before him, Ronald Reagan got rid of all these union jobs. So as I wrap up, the reason I brought up Maurice's daughter is because it's about groups. When Maurice is gone and 3 of us are gone, daughter's going to be by herself. Who does she have allegiance to? Did she meet CJ's daughter through Maurice's connection, and CJ's daughter own property? Does the Star's son own a conglomerate? Does Mr. Research's adopted boy own something? That's grouping. We can't keep doing it individual, because then Maurice's daughter starts all over again, because all of Maurice's connections never had nothing. Don't y'all know how a white man says to his white son, "You finna go work for Mr. Johnson's auto parts company over the weekend"? Black kids don't have that.
Hey, just like that though, we are the only race that literally promotes dating outside our race. Because every other race that's profitable, they be like, they parents, they be like, no, you stay here. We already got that. Either though you ain't doing this, we ain't doing nothing. We are the only race that says, why not go date that person? Why not go do that? Like, to me personally, I don't think that dating outside your race is something, but I'm like, we are the only one to promote it. Really?
That's a good point.
No other race that's successful promote that shit. Period. Not one.
That's a real good point, actually. Wow.
Not one, bro.
You really don't see a lot of other races promoting that.
None.
And I used to say that the worst thing that happened to black people was integration, because once integration took place, it was like a fight to be accepted by the dominant society, and I think that was ultimately the fall of us as a nation. I mean, we had the Black Wall Streets, we had all our
see what they did to that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm just like, when they were like, okay, well, let's get integrated. We gonna all be together. Not saying that integration is a horrible thing, but I'm saying we kind of lost our sense of independence.
I'm saying we the only race that don't promote that shit, because once we do, we're racist.
Yeah, right.
But they ain't never called no Pakistani and they never called no Jew racist.
Right.
For them motherfuckers to say, why you bringing that nigga over here?
Wait. That's because those cultures never had no anti-Jews, no anti-Latins in their culture talking anti. We got anti-blacks in our culture.
They keep it that way.
No, because we allow them to breathe oxygen. We allow them up in these circles. Okay, just like I was on O'Shea show years ago. And that dude, I'm not even gonna say name. I was on a guy's show years ago, and this anti-black dude came on. Now I'm a conservative. But I am black first. Okay. And so this dude came on, and he's a Republican, and he started popping. I said, dude, who invented conservatism? He said, why do I have to know who invented conservative? I said, okay, you're not a real conservative. You're just a person talking so that you could talk anti-black. You ain't talking. Now there are some things black folks got to get tight on, but you can't be a dude just talking anti-black for the sake of getting rent money, which is what happens on a lot of YouTube. Like, I've been around since 2007. There's a lot of people saying what they say on the female side and the male side.
That nigga said to get rent money. God damn.
You guys know the one girl, I can't remember her name, but she got arrested by the feds a couple of months ago for card scamming. But she's teaching these women how to quote unquote level up. It's so you had another dude in the manosphere. He sat up here, raped a 13-year-old chick, drew a gun on a pregnant chick at 36, and then slapped somebody at his mama house that he was living. And how we know that? The same case. Address is the same place he got arrested. My point is, we ain't got people having general conversations like CJ have, like I have, like Star have. We got people out here trying to get a pat on the back and get some money so they can make sure that this rent is paid. That's why sometimes when you see people, they ain't working on no house. They ain't trying to have no land. They doing their 35th video out of their car, because that's it. I'm not hating. I'm just saying we over 28. When's the elevation?
Like I told motherfuckers, dog. Like I told a lot of motherfuckers, they be like, "Damn, why you ain't do this? Star, you cold. You on that music shit. Why you ain't do this with him?" I don't rap like him.
Yeah.
I can't. To me personally, I took that shit. What I do, I took it as personal. This is my way. This is my therapy. Mm-hmm. So, nigga, I can't go with a nigga who I know was grazed through school and did all this shit. Now you talking about being on the block. Nigga, that shit ain't nothing to glorify, nigga. Right. Like, I'm rapping about this shit because, nigga, this is my therapy. This ain't no shit that I'm glorifying. Nigga, if you listen, this shit sounds horrible.
Right. Right.
Why would you want? And I make sure, nigga, every day that I'm breathing, nigga, I make sure my kids don't have to go through nothing I went through. Mm-hmm. Like I told them, I said, nigga, I'm the oldest out of 6. You know what I'm saying? My kids, you know what I'm saying? You have the right to be a kid until you're not a kid no more. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that option. I had to be grown at 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do like I was telling motherfuckers. These people don't understand that type of shit. I'm on the tip of like, nigga, I want to uplift. Let's go, bro. And people don't even understand the uplift is just a high five, nigga. You doing your thing. Boom.
Man, and you know, that's why I work so hard, because one, I'm trying to get to a certain point in life, and two, it's only so much talking I can do about what I feel is wrong. The next thing I can do is be a living example in real time of what change that I want to see and what change that I want to take place, because
you keep posting your invisible son. You know what I'm saying though? But like, hey, I'm just saying, I say that to say this though, because like I tell a lot of niggas, I'm not gonna keep talking to you when my daughter about to be 18.
Right.
I got 2 14-year-old boys.
Right.
What I look like talking to you niggas that's damn near you nigga, if you ain't my age, what I look like trying to keep telling you some shit to do.
Yeah. Exactly. Because all I'm trying to do at this point in the game, because I know where I want to be, is to follow the examples. I wanted to bring this back full circle to Bill Cosby. A lot of dudes get in higher positions and they think that gives them an automatic right to just slay every female out here. And my point is, you have to be careful with everything that you do, especially being black and successful. You did.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
Because no other race has to be that they don't have to tiptoe around the shit when they rich.
I'm gonna tell you, majority of us black dudes who reach a certain level, we don't even date no more like that. We go to brothels, we got sugar babies, we got escorts. Bill's problem is he didn't want to pay. He wanted to stay to the pimp side of the life. No, once you get up to this level, man, where you feel you can lose, the minute that $100 feels like $10 to you, you need to go ahead and get that chick that $200 for that 2 hours of dome. Stop trying to pimp her ear. But
if you giving me 2 hours of dome, you ain't getting no money.
But hold on. My thing is this though, Star. Like I tell dudes on my channel, for me, dudes who come and try to say, "Oh, you tricking." The Japanese man don't think that. Oh, you tricking. The Russian man don't think that. The Jewish man don't think that. I work with dudes that go take an hour lunch and go to the massage spa and get the happy ending, like religiously. So you as a black man coming trying to make me feel some type of way because you don't have the ability to drop $400 and go back to work in safety. Keyword safety. I never seen an escort take a dude to court for no child support, but I have seen a dude trying to have a relationship with a chick, and then his penis ain't really up on game, and he done had his third kid with this second chick. And come on, man, dudes got to understand when you start getting to a certain level or become a family man. Back to Maurice again, become a family man. Certain moves you can't make no more.
Yeah,
that's I fought. I got 2 different baby mamas, bro. Real talk. My baby mama, my son baby mama, my son mom, she cool. I pick my baby mamas. I'm not one of them niggas that just said, damn, I just fucked up with a couple of randoms. No, I picked my baby mama, but she was fucking with a dude who was literally manipulating her. What I did, I'm not finna go through this, bro. I tried to whoop dog ass. He ran, whatever. Boom, I went to the courts. Boom, I fought that shit. Like I told her, you gonna keep missing work? I'm getting unemployment now. You gonna keep missing work? I'm at every court date, suited and booted. I got full custody of my son. Like I'm like, you can do it.
Yeah,
you can do it.
And I want to go back to the point that Mr. Research had brought up. What as far as the tricking aspect, see, a lot of these guys they look at dudes, and I don't want to keep bringing dude up, but shout out to Kevin Samuels. They call him a trick when he made some of the same exact examples that Mr. Research just made. Yes,
but like him, no, like to me with him, it just seemed like he get his rocks off of like down in females. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I've heard. Like he got some good shit. Like the nigga is knowledgeable, but I'd be like, he get his rocks off by like hoeing a chick. Me personally, I don't like that shit. Because if I can hoe you, why would I do it?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Unless you constantly talking shit to me.
And that's why I say, like, a lot of people, in my opinion, don't, unless you watch the content from beginning to end, a lot of these women, they call him
right
on the bullshit. Either they ask for a certain type of man or they call him with the smoke. Now, either way, he always say, if you nice to me, I'll be nice to you. But don't call here. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's hoeing them, but I think he's level setting them. Because
I know I was like that though in school though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it could be the motherfucker talking shit that you know you can whoop his ass, but I wouldn't do that. I'm not fighting nobody I could beat up. That I know I can beat up.
Let me say it this way, Star. Let me say it this way, Star. Let's take the personalization out of it. Let's just look at it from this point. No. Let's just look at it from this point. Women right now in our community are doing the same exact thing, but they saying Star and CJ are worthless. And there's no grandma. Wait, hold on, Star. There's no female Kevin Samuels saying nothing. There's no grandma, and the new grandma is 25 years old. So
right.
So the thing is, Star. So the thing is, Star. He may be saying something that these women are not able to hear in their own experience as it relates to CJ and Star. That's the point. Go ahead.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I really feel like Kevin Samuels speaks for the guy that's in my position, somebody that has come from nothing, and I mean nothing, to work his way up to get to the point to where I can have nice things. But this is just the beginning. And now it's like, okay, so for example, the women call, right? They say, okay, I want a guy who making 6 figures. They want him to be handsome,
9 feet tall.
Right. They want to be 6 feet, all that good stuff, which is cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
What does that man want from you? You dig what I'm saying? And it's offensive, in my opinion, after somebody who's worked so hard to settle for something that's average. You come to me and you got 5 kids by 4 different dudes and everything like that, and you want me to be childless? You want me to make 6 figures and be able to take care of you and all 5 of your children? No, that's an insult.
Wait, even better. Even better, CJ. Let's say she have no kids. I just expect Star to do that for me. Because if Star was a real man, he would risk all his money and me possibly divorcing him. If he was a real man, look, let me play the woman real quick, Star, because you said Kevin shouldn't do this. So let me play the woman real quick.
No.
I feel Star, you know, because of what I was told with my girlfriends and my mom. If Star was a real man and not weak as fuck, Star would sit up here and just contribute all this shit.
Correct. And that is not a fact.
Well, who's going to correct them?
No, you know what?
Unless Kev says that stuff, who's going to correct them?
Yeah.
Correct. You're right.
And like I said, man, me personally, my opinion, he's doing the Lord's work, because people don't like the competition aspect, or they don't feel like rankings. That's what they don't.
No, but you see, when we say it, we get critiqued like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
90, you already know. Because you know how I speak my mind. But you see the comments, they critique us like a motherfucker. But I be like, shit, fuck it. This what y'all want, right?
They going at Kev too. Oh, they done called him gay. They done brought up his high school pics. They doing it. Oh, you ain't made it until they called you gay. When I get my first gay rumors, that's how I know I've been done made it. Either I'm gay or I'm in the Illuminati. One of the two.
Hey, motherfuckers already said, niggas have said Jay Star was gay and had AIDS. I said, I must got the Magic Johnson AIDS. I said, I must got the Magic Johnson AIDS because I done heard it all.
Yeah, man. So I said, when I get my first gay rumors, I'm a low key be happy, because that's gonna be meaning I done made it. But I don't want that on me, but still, it's gonna, it's gonna feel good when I get it. Because they're gonna be like, oh, I'm doing something right. I'm hitting the nerve, or I'm getting popular to the point to where they putting this crap on me. But yeah, man, I feel like it's necessary, and the fact that we have outlets like mine and Mr. Research and yours, and where black men can just come together and have these important conversations are important. And the reason
that's what we should have, man. Like I told motherfuckers, I'm like, yeah, I'm a street nigga, whatever. I do my thing, whatever. But I'm like, the niggas I chill with and get blowed with, if we can't sit down and have an intelligent conversation, you're not chilling with me no more, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no new shit, nigga. We've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
We just now got streams where we can do it now, where we can stream our shit.
Yeah.
And this type of shit will make money.
And we also got to look at it like this. The ugly girl that is down for black men, y'all better fight for that chick, because the sisterhood is working against her. That fat girl, she ain't that attractive.
You better hear me. I've been
but
saying that for a long time.
She want to see CJ's son get a job at this company. You better fight for that shit.
Just like I told a lot of motherfuckers, I was like, nigga, we was told Whoopi Goldberg was ugly. Our whole life.
I saw Whoopi in person. I done
seen a few pictures of her, dog. She was beautiful.
Let me say this one more thing before I get out of here, because I got to get back to work. Look, check this out, man. When these females are always trying to create war. Okay, since the days of Eve. Don't go pick off the tree. I'm finna go pick off the tree and see what happened. Adam, it's a storm. See, we gotta understand, when the women don't like pick-me's, those be the main chicks we support. When the women create wars against biracials, okay, hey, look, if they claim they black, then hey, I'm on the roll with them, because they claim they black. Black men do not have the option to join female-created wars, female-created chaos. Since back in the days in Africa, the Queen of Kano took in an Iraqi prince. She went against her African customs. I had to tell Africans this. They was like, what the hell? I didn't know this. I'm saying, you should know. Went and took in an Iraqi prince who got his butt whooped and got kicked out of Baghdad. She went against her customs, married this dude, and now everybody in that area dresses like Iraqis to this day and talks Arab. But when you talk to Arabs from Iraq, they don't respect those people. When you talk to Libyans who are Arab, they don't respect the Hussar. Nobody respects the Hussar.
That's like the Africans don't respect the African Americans.
Right. So we got to start understanding at the black male community, when the women don't like something, we need to embrace that. That's my thought. That's my last thought.
Hey, I hate to get back to work, because I did want to ask you one last thing, man, about the
rock out.
The feminist movement, right? With the LBGT movement, because now with that movement, they've embraced it. I've seen black women embrace this heavily. Mm-hmm. And then that reminds me of the whole Sha'Carri Richardson thing, because somebody said, well, they're letting transgender women or trans men who are men who was transitioning to women but didn't all the way transition, they're letting them lift in the Olympics. And so
no, they're not. That's temporarily happening for a temporary reason. But go ahead.
What do you say about the women that do support this movement, but it's eventually causing detriment to their area of sports?
Okay. So really quick, there is a great book written by a black woman. It's called Hood Feminism. The whole summation of the book is about black women begging, keyword here, begging white women to stick to the feminist code that white women taught black women. Let that soak in your ears for a minute. Begging, a whole book. Because what the black women realized with the election of Trump, white women were never serious about this feminism stuff. Because they, and I'm getting to your sports point, because they through their actions. See, we as black males, we got to stop going off of what people say. Look at only what they do. So their actions went against feminism. Because here was a guy who was doing XYZ to females off the rip. And what did the white women do? They stuck to code. They stuck to their people. Yeah. And so black women, black feminists everywhere start catching a bleed. This when pussy hats was going on, the little vagina hats was happening at this time. They was all upset because they like, you said, but then I said to a couple of black feminists, I said, but didn't they tell you to get in the back of the line when feminism happened in the 60s? Isn't it funny you black feminine can't find a picture of a black feminist and a white feminist standing together? Because they refuse to take pictures with you. Refuse. These feminists
and
only
then the ones
did
that and then the ones that they ain't taking that picture.
No, they're not going to take a picture at all. You can't find a picture of a black feminist and a white feminist together. And when you look at the parade, the black women were told to march in the back. So the only reason feminists exist, and I'm getting to your sports part, is because white women recognized that black men back in the days were pulling their black women into factories that they own. Look up Reed Brooms. 100% black women work there. Look at the first National Economics Convention for Black Women created. That was created by black men of the Pullman unions. So black men were, that's why this whole narrative black women do today is nothing but white creation. Now go to sports, it's simply this. There are a lot of white males who, when you go live, I lived in Europe for about 4 years. There's a lot of white males who do not mind crossing over gender. There's a lot of white males who do not mind
for 3 years.
Who do not mind having you sleep with their wife. They think nothing of it. They think nothing of it. Okay. And with that, here comes the sports hit. We want to make sure that our child, however they want to perceive themselves, is accepted. And what we'll do is we'll allow these blacks to be the hamster for this experiment. And just like the LGBT did with the gays, you remember before the gays got the right to vote, you saw the gays with the black gays, right? But you haven't seen it since. It went back to ever since they got married. It's done gone back to separation now, haven't it?
Sure has. Even when that egg butt stuff was popping off, no white LGBT representatives out there.
Right. So so every time, you mean the brother who got hemmed up by all those racist white dudes in the swamp somewhere in Louisiana? Wasn't no LGBT coming to stand for him. So my point in answering your question is simply this. It's an experiment to see how many blacks is going to fight for it so that when they ease their children into it, then it will be normally acceptable. And then once it happens, then they're going to excommunicate the black trans and send them back to the black thing. I said this to a bunch of gay and lesbian people. I said, haven't y'all noticed y'all been used by the whites for the past 4 decades? Why are y'all always in black circles talking about LGBT stuff? Should you not be going to LGBT circles talking about black stuff? And then a lot of them got silent. Well, you just arrogant. I said, and name calling is not logic. Name calling is not logic. You can't sit up here, only come to the black community with your black community complaints. I need for you to go over there into white land. I'm sorry, LGBT land, where you're no longer accepted. You need to go there, pick up the microphone and say, we are black trans too. We are black gay too. Blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up, Star. The sports thing is simply this, fellas. We don't realize, and CJ said it earlier, and I've been saying it for years, image is very important. They don't care if you get up there and win an award right now. they know you got to come back to the black community, because once they're finished hand clapping for you, you have nobody else.
Yeah,
that's it. Go ahead, Star.
You got to come back. Even Bill Cosby had to come back.
Had to come back.
Had to come back.
He coming out of jail talking about he understands the jailed black man.
I hope my nigga got some stacks so he can still go buy NBC. Like, bitch, you thought you stopped me. Because I still hope he got some money backed up.
Yeah.
Well, his wife has all of it. He gave it to the wife so that if the civil suit ever did happen, he can technically hit bankruptcy. I guarantee he's going to hit the bankruptcy. That way, anybody wants to get whatever, it ain't going to be what it needs to be. But here's what I told. I emailed Wyatt. He never responded, but I emailed Wyatt, his spokesman. I said, if you're really smart, what you do is 2 years later, Camille or the daughter, as head of the Bill Cosby estate, civilly sues each or the weakest, or at least 3 of the weakest accusers. Civilly sue them on behalf of the estate.
They came out and this white guy.
We'll start. That will force them to go and prove through documentation where everybody can see of what happened and what didn't happen, because none of those people, other than 3 people, filed a detective report. You got to remember, only 3 people filed a detective report, and 2 of them, the detectives, one in L.A. and the other one in some other part of California, said there's no evidence that this even happened. I've been to the Playboy Mansion. You have to sign the book. I don't care if you're a person sneaking in the back door. You got to sign the books, okay, when you go through that gate. Her name was not there, and Bill Cosby's name was not there on that day. And that's all the LA detectives needed to see. He's not even there on that day.
Man, well, Mr. Research, man, you got to come join us again. I know you got to get back to work. I done subscribe to your channel, man. And please hit me up. Please hit me up so we can do this again.
Oh, absolutely, man. Hold it down, man. Hold it down.
All right. What'd you say, Star?
What is this channel so I can subscribe to it?
I'll put the link up to it right here in the comments. But yeah, man, it's been a deep show. Let me see what this comment is. Oh, that's too long, man.
Probably be that deep. You was just about to sign off.
All right, I know.
Yeah, we all called it. Come on.
I know.
I've been wanting to talk. Like, I'm blocked on the Facebook, so I sent you live. I was like, damn, they done blocked me on my new Facebook. I said, God damn, I can't win or lose, bro. I done made a whole new page. So I'm like, man, that's why I inboxed you.
Yeah, man. This is Mr. Researcher's channel right here, y'all. So if y'all want to click that link, y'all go ahead and do so. But it's been a great show, man. I'm about to get up out of here and hit this gym. So we gonna sign out, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.
For sure.